Oh, this is a big eye. Look at this one. Oh, oh, what a stud. What a stud. Oh, what a stud. What a beauty. Well over 20 inches. I'm thinking maybe. Oh, what a stud. What a beauty. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Yes. Good morning. My name's Matt, the Awakening Angler. JT Rods Pro Staffer. And this morning, I'm out fishing what I talked about last night on my live, and that is the hammer harness. Hammer tackle, my buddy Brian Hammond. This is his castable spinner rig worm harness system. All right. Now, on the weight end of it, I have a simple bead chain trolling sinker. This particular one is 3/8 of an ounce. I'm in about 10-12 foot of water, and you ain't nothing if you ain't orange, baby. On the business end of this, I have a power bait 3-inch leech, and just like my buddy Brian said last night, and he's the inventor of this, he's the one that manufactures it. The difference about this worm harness is its length. It's fairly short in the world of worm harnesses because you're casting it in the weeds. You're not out in open water. You're not pulling them. You're not, you know, putting them on a bottom bouncer and dragging them along the bottom. This is meant to be casted, okay? And shallow in the weeds. And that's my biggest fish of the season, no questions asked. That was a dandy. That was a dandy. And typically, we find that these big fish live in the weeds year-round. And he was no exception. Felt like it, and they're not a big crushing bite. You're feeling your rig going through those weed stalks. Okay. Now that one, I thought it had hung on a weed and it was pulling, and it's so that here's the weed, and it's pulling up through like this, and as it falls off, that's when that fish grabbed it, and it was nothing perceptible until it was heavy and you just felt this down there. So that was pretty awesome. It's the only thing I brought with me this morning. One rod, one lure, and so far so good. So let me talk real quick about my system for the spinners. So I'm running my 7'3" JT Rods Black Rain. This is a medium action extra fast tip. The little extra length on this rod for me gives me a little added casting distance, which again, to me, I'm always in favor of. The farther away from the boat I can get it, the better at all times, in my opinion. This Black Rain series from JT Rods, they make 3 sizes: 6'3", 6'9", and 7'3", and I have all 3 of them, and I use all 3 of them for different things. This 7'3" I love. You get a good feel. You got all kinds of backbone. I've got it paired with a 4000 series reel, spooled with 10-pound Cortland Master Braid in the yellow, and then I run that down to Cortland Top Secret Fluorocarbon. This is 12-pound leader, about 6 feet of it, and then I tie in my spinner and my weight in line. Now, one of the big keys to any presentation is getting it from the boat into the water correctly. And what do I mean by correctly? I mean, you've got to, just whether you're throwing a blade bait or whether you're throwing this because this castable worm harness hinges, okay? There's a hinge point here. It's a little chilly and a lot smoky here in upstate New York this morning. These Canadian wildfires that are to the north of us are really wreaking havoc, and I hope all of our friends to the north are okay and out of harm's way. And let's hope that the weather, not the weather, but the wind direction turns around here pretty quickly and gets all of this out of here, because I can barely see, I can't see the islands at all this morning. Oh, nice cast. So anyways, because this has a weight in front of it, very much like a Carolina rig would, when you cast it, you're watching it fly through the air. And right at the last second, as I'm watching it go like this, before it hits the water, I stop my line, I catch my line, and it straightens everything out and it hits the water correctly. That is the key, because you can't bring it through the water, you can't retrieve it if it's all wadded up or if it's folded over on itself. And so getting that lure and weight to hit the water flat and immediately start to work is critical. Because after that, it's really just a crank and, you know, it's a cast and crank kind of situation.